just coming off last week, and just the response since the bye these last two games. What have you liked from what you've seen with that?
Just our kids have no quit in them. Just the fight, the way they've attacked practice. Continuing to try and finish this season the way that we want to finish this season. Attention to detail, the competitiveness. We know when the end of our season is, and we want to finish it as best as we possibly can. And so it's really kind of been an all hands on deck mentality, and they've really responded, which is good to see.
Holden, coming into this week, you talked about it a little bit over there, wanting to end with a win, but also, Pitt's right near the top of the league, and kind of having the chance to spoil their hopes for postseason and everything. How is that something you guys kind of want the opportunity to do?
For sure, yeah. And for a lot of guys, it's the last game for them, and so just having that fighting mentality, knowing that we can take them out and also finish off strong, end with a good note is something that we really want to do. Pitt's always a team that we are fighting with every single year, and so to get that win would be huge.
Coach, what have you seen from them this year? I think it's been a little bit of an up and down season for them, but what have you seen from what Pitt brings to the table?
Just solid on both sides of the football. Don't make a lot of mistakes. They play hard. They're physical. Just a typical Pittsburgh State team. They're not winning sexy most weeks, but they're finding ways to win, and that's what good teams do. And so we're going to have a big challenge on Saturday. They're coming off of a loss, but have had a bye. You saw how nice that was for us. So going into the last week, to be able to get some guys healed up before playing in a game like this is obviously an advantage, and so we're just going to have to go out, and it's going to be a physical football game. It's going to be a fight for 60 minutes. We just have to get in the fray.
Holden, we talked before about your relationship with Shane and having him across the way from you. He wasn't obviously able to be there first half on Saturday, but how do you like how your secondary and your guys kind of responded to not having one of your leaders out there?
We had a lot of guys step up. Treyon, other safety, he took that role. It's a role that he's been wanting for a long time, and he filled that perfectly, I thought. We talked all week, being the leaders of the defense at that time, and with Shane out, I felt like I had to step up a little bit too. So having Treyon as by my side too was something that I could lean on, and that's just kind of the tradition we have as a whole defense, but also as a secondary is, we count on one another to have our backs, make a mistake, pick the other guy up, and so I feel like we, our chemistry didn't lack as we played Saturday even without Shane. So.
What have you seen from Pitt? Obviously, they're a balanced offense, and what have you seen with how they're going to try to attack you, and what the keys are for you guys going into Saturday?
Keys for us: limit explosive plays. They like their explosive plays. They will try us, which is something that we'll be ready for. Making sure we just get things on the ground. Making sure we limit those big plays is going to be huge for us. And it's been kind of off and on for us this year, but really honing in on communication. They do a lot of motioning and stuff like that, so making sure we have a plan, making sure we know what we should be doing every play. I think if we can do that, we have the physical ability to keep up with these guys and dominate. So.
Coach, I know senior day is always a special one for you. Talk about this group and what this group means as you get ready for that last home game.
Yeah, just a special group. They've lived through a lot. They've encountered a lot. This is the second to last COVID kids, and just everything that they had to endure in their journey, and for them to come out the other side of this, for a lot of them 6 years later or 5.5 years later, is pretty special, and love each and every one of those guys. It's going to be tough to say goodbye to them, but it does come to an end, and so we just want to ultimately the thing that I focus on is just playing well. playing well together as a group. It's the last time this group will ever be assembled like this again, and so trying to just go out on a high note.
Well, then what's this group mean to you, this senior group?
It's everything. They've took me under their wing since the beginning, since the summer, and even since last year. And so I've looked up to these guys, a lot of these guys. So seeing them gone's a sad thing for sure, but it makes it more worthwhile to go out and play this game as hard as we're going to go play.
Rich, I asked Holden about earlier, but just the opportunity to play spoiler and to be the hunter on Saturday, is that kind of fun in a big game like this against a team where Northwest and Pitt obviously have all the history that they have together?
Right. It certainly is. Takes normally there's just a lot of stress. When you get down to the end of the season and last game of the year, and it's a little less stressful, I guess, would be the way that you'd say it, but it really doesn't change the approach. We feel like we have a good football team. They obviously have a good football team. It's an opportunity for us to compete one more time, and we just want to play well. We want to play well in all three phases. We want to hone in on the things we've talked about all year and set ourselves up for what's to come in the off season and moving forward.